Press conferences. I absolutely love them. Let's dig in. But first, happy Friday. Happy Friday. How can you be happy after that bloody press conference, man? Jesus Christ. Oh my dearie me. Do you know something? Pride myself on always being the positive spin for you lovely people. So we'll try and be positive tonight, but we've got a lot to uncover. We've got a lot to go through with regards to what exactly it is Manchester United plans are this summer. We've seen pictures, and I'm absolutely fucking livid of it. We've seen pictures of Berardi and Wilcox out in America. Brilliant, fantastic. I feel a little bit deflated. I don't know about you guys. I feel a bit deflated after that tonight. I don't know. Look, let's unpack it. Let's say hello to a few people first. Ferdinand says, when is the suffering going to end? That's the joys of being a United fan, my friend. Subra says, Ruben is ready to welcome the left-out players. If we can't find them a good team to sell, it seems we may not be able to sell at least 2 or 3 players. We'll go through that. Evening, Chappie. Hope you're good. It's me, Everest. Big up everyone and like when you were on your way in. Let's get those likes up tonight, you beautiful people. Evening, Ben. Hope you are doing well, my friend. It could be a make-do and mend season, says Chappie. Chappie, I tell you what, you're not probably far off the way I'm feeling at the moment. We out here, baby. And Anthony says, it'll smoke and mirrors pushing the outcasts to take the right deal for the club, not for them to go on club's terms or rot in the reserves. Interesting comment. Is Luke Shaw leaving yet, Dan? Well, again, we will go on to that. And Mustafa, hope you are well, my friend. And yeah, this comment. You have to excuse me. I'm a little bit flustered. Mrs. Robinson decided at 8:10 she wanted a fucking Domino's. So I had to rush and order that, get it. But I got it. We're done. We're here. So Ruben Amorim did the press conference today. And in that press conference, it was him and it was Matthias Cunha. Now, I don't normally, as you know, agree with Mark Goldbridge. I don't. In fact, there are a lot of things I disagree about with him. There's a lot. The way he speaks, sometimes I don't agree with. However, I had a quick look at his video tonight because I thought I want to see what other Manchester United fans are saying and see if I'm being negative, if I'm feeling negative and I'm the only one. He's right. These journalists, the questions they asked. I heard Cunha get asked the same question twice about what is it like to, what does it mean to play for Manchester United? The guy had literally just answered it 10 minutes before, and I sit there and I go, these are journalists. These are people that are paid to do the job. These people are paid to get out there and find the information that you want and I want about everything to do with football. I'm absolutely appalled. I'm telling you now, and I mean this, you guys could have asked better questions today than what was asked. Some of the journalists just sounded fucking starstruck. Ruben, so good to see. Fucking do one. Anthony, completely agree. Yeah, completely agree. The questions were awful. They're trying to say Cunha a flop already about the pressure. It's bollocks. It's absolute bollocks. And this was the one. No midfield or striker question was bizarre. We'll go into it because do you know what? They tried, but they didn't exactly word it the best way. Instead of coming out and saying, Ruben, what are your thoughts on a striker? Ruben, do you need that midfielder in? They just fucking danced around it, man. They're paid to appeal to the club. They're interviewing ass kissers everywhere. I agree. I absolutely agree. Let's go through some of the comments because I feel like tonight is going to be a moaning show. And I tell you what, I'm going to moan at Mrs. Robinson because that bloody washing basket again. Hey. There we go. Never worked with amateurs. Right. So the questions went as follows. So he was asked about the 2 new signings. And his answer was basically what anybody would expect them to say. Really, really pleased to have new players. Important to sign them soon. Important to sign them soon. Important to sign them soon. Yeah, okay. Cunha, brilliant. We got him the 1st of June, but does he not remember that Brian literally got on the plane with him on Monday? Like, I just with these comments, I said to you guys, In fact, I'm going to leave that until the end because I've got a lot to say about Ruben Amorim. I've got a lot to say about Ruben Amorim tonight. They are Prem proven and they're really important in the moment. Well, yeah, they are important. We are absolutely in the doldrums, so of course they were important. We know, and I will say this, we know that Ruben wants Premier League proven players. We know that, and I'm on board with that. I think that's the right thing to do. But to say that it was important to sign them soon, Brian and Mbeumo should have been in training when we started on the 1st of July. The club just pissed about, didn't want to pay the extra bit of money, thought they were being clever, and the poor bloke had to wait an extra, 2.5, 3 weeks. So I didn't like that comment. Didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. Now, what question really baffles me, and I tell you what, someone's put a comment there. Was it Ben? Ben, this is a great comment. Pre-planned questions, I reckon club vetted them beforehand. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic comment. And Mustafa, you are absolutely right. Absolutely right. Where are you? Sorry, Mustafa soon. Yeah, sorry. Mustafa, you're absolutely right. 36 to 800. Let's get some positivity back because God knows I fucking need it tonight. Excuse me. Kev, hope you're well, my friend. Hope you didn't hear me shouting at the kids up the road before. Fuming, mate. Talk shite radio saying 2 new signings could be flops, and then we have wasted a load of money. They can't resist bashing us. Do you know something? Talk shite. I absolutely despise that station. When they've got Gabriel Bonlahor sat on there saying that he was, I never used to struggle against Vidic. What a load of rubbish. Gabriel Bonlahor, you're more famous now because you're a talk show fucking host than you were playing football, mate. You were fucking shite at football. He was shite. He was absolutely shite. He was a speed merchant. Yes, get those likes in. So, yeah, the next question that he was asked, I sat there when I watched it and I went, really? So can the new players play as a striker, or are you looking to bring in a new striker? Okay, now this is the most vetted question ever, and the answer sounded so scripted. They can play as a striker. Now, this is the bit I want you to focus on. This is what terrifies me. We have Josh and we have Rasmus. Our focus is to improve the connection between them. I don't know if the positions are there for them. They have to work. There are other players fighting for that position. Ruben, you can't be saying this, bro. You've just come from having, you had a year and a half of Gyökeres banging goal in after goal in after goal in. And you got to Rasmus and Xerxes, who people twerk for Xerxes and fair, but not a striker. Honestly, not a striker. The new signings are really humble, brilliant. That is really important, and they chose to be here. They had other options, Champions League options. They read what people say about our club, but they chose to be here, and this is a key point for me. Now, this next bit, if this doesn't send you into a panic as a Manchester United fan, and I want you all to remember that I have been Mr. Positive throughout this pre-season. Okay, Mr. Positive. I've sat there. When it's not been going great, I've been saying, come on, guys. Come on. We're okay. We're okay. We're going to get the players in. It's fine. We've got to get the players out. We've got to get the players in. This next comment, it felt like a punch to the balls. Okay? It felt like somebody got a hammer and smashed it into my balls. In the moment, we need to be really careful when we sign a player. If I have to start the season with this squad, I will be happy because all the players that are here want to be here. With Matthias and with Brian, we are clearly a better team. I mean, do you remember a couple of weeks ago I said to you that this press conference was going to be all or nothing, I think, for Ruben Amorim? We'll take away the fact of football. We'll take away the fact of his dire record last season. We'll take all of that away, right? I said to you guys that what I liked about Ruben Amorim was that he come out and he said it for exactly what it was, okay? He called shit out. This answer is the most, I'm being told that I've got to stick with what I've got and be happy with it answer I've ever heard. I'll say it one more time. In the moment, we need to be really careful when we sign a player. If I have to start the season with this squad, I will be happy because all the players that are here want to be here. With Matthias and Brian, we are clearly a better side. How can you go from 2 months ago quite openly saying we're not where we need to be? We all know that Ruben Amorim did not like the players. We know that. We know that he absolutely was appalled at the way they were. He come out on the pitch and said, we will be better next season. I apologise because of them. He apologised. My worry is with that answer, that is everything we need to know about the transfer window. And I was positive about Watkins, and I still think that could happen. I think it's a potential that it could happen. But when I hear the manager saying, I'm happy with the squad, I'm happy because do you know what? They want to be here. They want to be here. Ruben, you needed to come out and say it as it was today. And you disappointed. You disappointed us. They followed that question on with, would you be comfortable going into the new season with the squad you have now? I love this. This is hilarious. We really need to be careful when we sign the players, as you said before. With Brian and Cunha, and this is the best bit. With Brian and Cunha, we are clearly a better team. Ruben, I'm here to tell you something, mate. I'm going to back you. You're my manager, okay? And that's what I do. I back my managers. But you can't come out and say, with Brian and Buemo and Cunha, that clearly we are a better team. You can't say that. There are so many issues within that team that we need to sort out. There are so many issues with that team. There isn't just 2 players. We've still got a goalkeeper that's allergic to saving. We've got 2 strikers that are scared of scoring goals. At the moment, it's looking like we're going to play a midfield with Bruno and someone else. We are going to fit Bruno, who is not, at this point in time, a central midfielder for me. Yes, he could be a deep line playmaker, but this guy is known for his free roaming, and he does touch on Bruno in a bit. I'll get back into that. Let me go through some of these comments before I continue. I'm fuming tonight. I'm fuming. I'm absolutely fuming. Hi, Dan. Soz late on parade. No, Andy, hope you're okay, my friend. And Niche fan, thank you for liking. Guys, if you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. We need positivity tonight, for fuck's sake. Amorim already backtracking. We saw this with Ten Hag. Ten Hag, when he first came out, went toe-to-toe and said what he thought. Amorim started that, and after a summer, it's kind of like he's been told either shut up or, off you go. And honestly, Chappie says, I honestly think Amorim is out of his depth. Let's get real. We are screwed. No number 9, no keeper, no midfield. Glinios have mugged off Amorim, and then follows it up with Ruben is a yes man for Glinios. And chat, I have to ask the question. Do you think that he's a yes man? Do you think he's already turned into a yes man? Ben says he needed to come out saying, no, we need a keeper, a midfielder, and a striker. Get the impression Jim and the Glazers have gotten filtered. Worries me massively. And this is the other thing, right? This is the other thing. Let me just, in fact, I'll answer these questions first. Transfer window over. They've told him, don't worry, if we finish 12th, you're not getting sacked. If they say that, they're fucking morons. United is stuck in a cycle, get new manager mid-season, make him the face, underperform, end the season, buy a couple of players, penny pinch, train. Yeah, exactly. It's just repeat. I think if he plays Bruno and Casemiro, he's sacked by November. And he said, yeah, exactly. He still wants Muller, doesn't he? Round pegs in square holes. Evening, Lucas. Been waiting all day because Paqueta's betting verdict was meant to come out today after 2 effing years, but still no update. Fuming here as well, Dan, just for different reasons. And look who's back. Welcome back, Moxie. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. And yes, like and subscribe, as the big man says. Jim and the Glazers have let the man down. It's only a matter of time before the axe. And is it possible he is planning to run without a standard number 9 and rather keep smacking crosses in, hoping enough hit Rasmussen go in? We don't know. But it's a good comment, Anthony. It's a good comment. It's a good comment. Now, I just worry now that we are going to see a season where a manager has had his wings clipped already, been told, look, you ain't getting anything here. And this is where the pandemonium starts. I saw a graphic today. Now, people are saying United are skint. United have got no fucking money. We're skint. We're skint. Have you seen the table of the spending? United are like third in the Prem. They're like third or fourth in the Prem for money spent. That's on 2 players. It's on 2 players. Honestly, I just tonight, I was expecting, after I saw that there was going to be a press conference, I thought, this is it. This is the guy. He's going to come out and call it out. He hasn't. They then follow it up about Luke fucking Shaw. Luke Shaw. And his answer, I thought his answer here, I think he absolutely has misread the room. He has misread the room completely about Luke Shaw and Manchester United's thoughts on him. So they said, how important is the preseason for Luke Shaw to get his career going again? He then replied with, he is a world-class player. He's a world-class player. His ability to play the ball. Sorry, no. Yeah, his ability to play the ball, you can feel it in the small things. England have had 2 finals. He's had issues in the season, but in the final, he's always there. In the final, he's always there. Ruben, have you not heard that it pisses us off that Luke Shaw can't play for United, but then plays in finals, and then we miss him for 4 fucking months? What else did he say here? That means something. He needs to be fit. He needs to train to the limit, and he is doing that. He's a great player, but he has competition this season, so I'm pleased with Luke. Now, he said something there that really baffled me when he said needs to train in his limits. So what? Has Luke Shaw always been overtraining? Is that why he's getting injured all the time? Because if that's the case, well, then that's the staff. Luke Shaw, for me, we saw reports today. I don't know if anybody saw it. And I was going to do the video. I was going to do the video on Luke Shaw to Saudi. And Ben just put a comment there. Luke Shaw, man, 250k a week. Is it 250 or is it 200k a week? Plays what? An average of 10, 11 games a season. I can't have my manager coming out and trying to tell me that a player who hardly ever plays, is on big wages, is world class. Now, Luke Shaw in 2020 and 2021, absolutely phenomenal. I thought him and Rashi on that left-hand side had it locked down. Okay? But this guy can't stay fit. This guy has been here. Let me just Google this, right? How many games has Luke Shaw played for United? Right? Remember, he's been with us. He signed in 2014. In 11 years, he's played 287 games. I can't have my manager saying that we've got a world-class player that's always injured. I can't have it. Some people are saying, in fact, let me just run through the comments. You're calming me down with these comments, to be fair. I hope he isn't a yes man, but I don't think he is. I'll make my mind up at the end of the transfer, and if Ineos haven't backed him, then we'll see. Not panicking yet, folks. And I appreciate you, Moxie, because I can honestly sit here and tell you I'm starting to. I'll bet they made promises to Cunha and Bomo that we were getting a quality 9. Promises made and not kept. Maybe. Bigging up Shaw for a sale to Saudi. Temezgen says, United, please transfer big 3. Isaac, Carlos Baleba and Emi Martinez to United is better for next season. Temezgen, do you know something? I love your optimism. And do you know what? Sometimes we need that optimism to help us to move forward. But, Bud, we ain't getting any of them free. I can sit here with confidence, mate. I mean, look, we all want the best players. Of course we do. But we ain't getting them. We ain't getting them, buddy. It's not happening. Shaw is as bad as the result of the rest of the shite, and apparently not happy to go. Then maybe true. And yeah, just think that he's not going to talk him down with Saudi interested. Shaw to go, guys. I'll be honest with you. I will be honest with you. We are absolutely. We are delusional if we think Luke Shaw's going to go to Saudi. We are, not you, me, everyone. If we sit there and think he can go to Saudi, I don't see the Saudis coming in for him. I wonder if his agent has maybe said, look, Luke Shaw, he's available if you want him. I don't think the Saudis would have him. I genuinely don't think the Saudis would have him. I don't think they'd be interested. He's got to go. He's got to go. His time's up at United. Phil Jones played more often. Facts. Ferdinand says he sounds like Ten Hag. He does. So the next one. This is golden, right? This is our pre-season tour, and we want to hear about what changes Manchester United are making. By the fucking way, before I continue, I said to you all, Barada, Wilcox, people like them needed to be back at Carrington doing their job. Where are they? Yeah, they're watching training, mate. They're stood next to them. We've got all these players we need to get rid of, and the people that are meant to be there sorting this all out, what they got the fucking agents on WhatsApp. It absolutely infuriates me. So yeah, Cunha. Simple question. Why did you choose Man United? Fucking brilliant. Journalist of the year. He said it's an easy question to answer. United has always been my dream club. When you can make your dreams come true, it's an easy decision. Ruben was a big part. He talked to me and showed me how important I was to him. So it was easy to make the choice. Honestly, Cunha, I think give it 6 months, you're going to be sat there wishing you'd gone to fucking Newcastle. I genuinely do. And yes, make sure you're hitting the like and help us grow, guys. As the OGs and the mods say, we're definitely trying to grow this. The target's 800, so let's see if we can do that this weekend. More chance in Shaw staying fit all season than selling him. I doubt many outside of United ever remember who Shaw is. Some of the youngsters that watch must go, is that a new signing? Another question that they asked Cunha, this is golden. This is cool. This is golden. And yeah, there we go. As I said they'd be doing the photo ops. Window officially over. This is a great question to Cunha. So Cunha, who have you bonded with? I'm sorry. I'll say it again. I'll say it into the mic. They said, Cunha, who have you bonded with? This is the journalism, yeah? This is journalism. This is the journalism. He said, when we arrived, we were very welcomed, and it helps you a lot to feel like part of the group already. It's been 2 weeks already with the group. There's a lot of physical things to do in pre-season, but I feel completely fine with the tactics, everything. Anytime Amorim has to try and explain things to me, he does. It's important to adapt, but with time, everything will go off, and we will show what we can do. It's like they do. I don't get that. I don't get this. I don't get it. Moxie says, I think there's a deal stirring in the background happening between United and Villa. How they structure and sort is the hard part. Oh, come on down, mate. Shake off this negativity. I wish I could, Moxie, but these questions, mate, these questions. We haven't got money left, and then I'll start getting happy again. He then said, he was then asked, how is it important to have players who only want to be here? What question is that? What type of question is that? You're asking the Manchester United manager who's just finished 15th, how important is it to have players who actually want to be here, play for you? What's he going to say? Oh, I'm not asked. I don't mind if they want to play. If they don't, it's all good for me. Come on. He did say you feel the bond between the players is in the best teams. This is what's really important. We remind ourselves of how special it is to be at Manchester United, the best club in the world. I really like to be in a group that is healthy. We are going to suffer, and I want to come back to that. We are going to suffer. We have problems, but that feeling of bonding from everybody is really important. It can help us to win games if we don't perform so well. Now, chat, let me take you down memory lane. And you're right, Ferdinand, they are. When he joined the club after a couple of games, he said to us, the storm is coming. It's going to get tough. Okay, we are going to struggle. There's two ways you look at this. There's two ways you look at this comment. You can be optimistic, which is what I'm going to try and be, or you can be pessimistic. So the pessimistic thing is we ain't over the worst of it yet. We've got plenty more issues on the horizon. We've got plenty more bad times coming. That's the pessimism. The optimism is, I would like to think he is saying there we are going to suffer together. Okay. And when I say suffer together, I kind of hope he's talking about pre-season training and building this squad. They're going to have to work for each other. They're going to have to, blood, sweat, and tears, and they're really going to have to push it as a united team, okay, as a united unit. But what are your thoughts on that? Because that comment, I kind of felt like was such a risky comment to say. It was a risky comment to say. And I worry with Ruben Amorim when he says stuff like that. I worry that he's putting a massive target on his back. We know that rival fans, we know that ex-players, ex-players, Rio Ferdinand coming out today saying if we don't get a striker, we should go for Baleba. Yeah, all right, Rio. Well, we can't spend money on Watkins at the moment, but yeah, let's go and get Baleba for 80 million. Honestly, ex-players sometimes, man, they drive me insane. Last day of the season, he said, the good days are coming. Sounds like the storm isn't over. Ben, I agree. I absolutely agree. What else have we got? It's like asking how important it is for fish to be in water, joke journalism. And I want to say something here. And Moxie, I will say this to you, bud, because I'm a little perplexed with Ruben. I am. But he can only answer questions that are being asked of him. And that's what I will say about his answers. He can only be asked what is in front of him. These journalists, and I think it was Steve that said, welcome, Steve. Hi, Dan. Have these journalists flown halfway around the world to ask these stupid questions? These journalists have absolutely cocked up. Like Manchester United, worst season in our Premier League era, right? Haven't spoken to Ruben since the end of the season. This is where, as a journalist, you think, oh, I'm going to speak like one of the youths of today. I've got bare comments to say. I've got bare questions, blah, 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 blah. They bottled it and they absolutely asked the wrong questions. There's a couple in there that you can pick at and go, yeah, okay, that's not bad, but come on. These questions at the presser seem to have been twisted by any of us and the journalists. Some of them just so fucking numb. If Amorim was given the freedom to talk openly, it would be very different. I hope so. Spirit of LFC fans. Hi, Dan United. How are you? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you, my friend. I'm good. Hope you're well too. The press are right to get Amorim. They really are in my book. If I think we are not getting any more players in, play the youngsters. Okay, it's interesting. I get that, Andy. Niche fan says Amorim has been told that's your lot. He's just a yes man at this point. I would like to think that Amorim maybe at the moment with these shit questions hasn't had the chance to really get things off his chest. That's what I'd like to think. But again, I've been wrong before. Steve says ex-strikers tend to have half a brain kept in their feet. Dan, I agree. And I can't take this anymore. What happened to this football club? Yeah. Now, the one thing I did like about Cunha is Cunha was asked about pressure. So Cunha says, the pressure in this club is not pressure, it's a privilege. That is a fantastic fucking answer. I love that. I love a player that says something to that effect. It is a privilege to play for this club. This is one of the biggest clubs in the world. When Ruben came to me and showed me the project, I feel like it's a challenge I want for my career. United needs to be there and I want to be part of the process. I don't think about being perfect. I just want to help the team. I am comfortable to be here with the pressure. I hope everything can get better so I don't think about the wrong things. I love that from Cunha. I absolutely love that from Cunha. Cunha telling it exactly how it is about it's a privilege. I love that. And also, any newbies tonight? Yes, if you're new, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and make sure you if you're a newbie, come and join this fantastic community. We're not always this depressed. Normally, it's a place of positivity. It's just journalists have absolutely done me in tonight. Moxie says, honestly, more worried about him just fucking off. If Ineos don't back him, he's being set up for a fall while they drag their feet over getting players in and getting the deadwood out of our club. Well, do you know something, Moxie? You've led me in perfectly there. Because the question that was asked, and it was a question that this was a question we all wanted to hear the answer to. So I wasn't too annoyed with this one. They asked him how important it is to sell players. Any concern with the value of players wanting to leave that could be reduced? Now, he come out and said, And I think he was trying to be smart with this question, this answer. I think he was trying to basically say we won't be held to ransom. You tell me how it come across, and I'll tell you how I thought. He said, I think this is not the case. There are different reasons for the players. Some players have to move to make space in the team. Others want a new challenge and want a new team. That's facts. We are giving them time to think, and if they reach a point where they have to join the team, they will because they are players. Omar and Jason have a number for these players, yeah? So Omar and Jason have a number in their heads. If it isn't reached, they will be Manchester United players. I understand maybe other clubs are waiting for the last minute, but they may have a surprise. I'm ready to receive the players. They have more competition. If they want to play in the World Cup next year, they need to play. So I am happy with that. I have more options, and if they come, they have to fight each other to play. That is perfect. Now, I think he's trying to put a positive spin on it, and I see what he's saying. And I think he's also doing the right thing in saying, look, we are not going to be held to ransom by any club that thinks we're just, if they drag their heels throughout the summer, that we're just going to cut our price down. You're wrong. I appreciate that comment. He's always going to turn around and say, if they come back, they come back. But I like the little bit at the back of it where he says, I have more options, and if they have to fight each other to play, that is perfect. Okay? That is perfect. Ruben Amorim, right? Let's be honest. Ruben Amorim wants signings. We know this. He may sound like a yes man at the moment, and I don't think he come across great, but Ruben Amorim will want signings. There is no doubt in my mind that if you were to pull Ruben Amorim aside and say, right, you're happy keeping Rasmus up top next season, that he would say, yeah, you know what? We've been working on some stuff in pre-season, and he's looking, a bit sharper. He's looking a bit... He doesn't want Rasmus. He absolutely does not want Rasmus. But he can't sit there in a player he's taken out on a tour with him and say, I ain't playing him. He's not good enough. He has to speak logically with that. Steve says, do you remember when Amorim started his tenure, the constant questions he got about Rashford? It was always one after another all the time. Same daft questions as well. That's the media for you. And Niche Fan, says, exactly. Cunha talks about the project. I bet he wasn't told the project only included him and Brian. Potentially. Steve says, I know transfer season hasn't finished, but I'm starting to feel Amorim's been let down big time. Feel sorry for him. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Niche Fan says, why are they asking about players' selling prices? He doesn't have a say in anything. Again, what? This is what I'm talking about. What does the journalist want him to do? Sit there with a fucking calculator and go, right, okay, so if I get 40 for Garnacho, 30 for... Yeah, and I reckon we can get 120 minutes. It's just ridiculous. And is that Amorim or is that Ollie? Well, yeah, I mean, fucking hell. Justice Gabriel, United fan, need to trust Ruben. Justice, I'm going to say this right now, mate, and I love that name. I do trust him. I do trust Amorim. I don't think he was fed the right questions, and I agree with what a lot of you are saying, that this does feel like a very vetted, an extremely vetted press conference where questions, I think, will have been submitted to be asked. Because, again, with the United stand, they normally get a question in, and I know they were sat there for ages, didn't get asked. And the reason they won't get asked is because they know what's coming. They know that, to be fair to them, that they will ask the questions that journalists won't. Andy says, how can he let Garnacho back in the fold after telling him to get another club? Garnacho will go. I mean, look, we'll finish the press conference questions, and then there's some things I think I want to say. We can't work if we don't trust him. I think a lot of people trust him. I do think a lot of people trust him. Definitely think that Ruben was talking to the likes of Ghana, make the deal worth it, or you're not going anywhere. I can see that. All we need is a goalkeeper and a CDM. Don't forget the striker, Justice. I like what Cunha and Brian both said in interviews, that the only worry is what Amorim has said about his vision for the team. Worry is he might not get what he needs this transfer window. Hey guys, Tomorrowland live main stage is pumping. Okay, what's that? That's past hour now. Okay, cool. And then make sure you hit the like, guys, and make sure you get those subs in there. We're doing well. Senny Lemons is good for us. We just have to let the old people leave this club. They're kicking and screaming, ain't going anywhere. You're spot on. That's why the United stand question didn't happen. It is. Look, you know my thoughts on United stand. I'm not their biggest fans, but I will say that they will ask the questions that people wouldn't normally ask. So the next bit, and this is important. So they asked him about Fernandez. Will Fernandez be a midfielder next season? And he replied, he can be. We change in the game, but we miss Bruno as a number 10. Sometimes when he is playing as a number 10, he comes to get the ball and nobody is a number 10. I really like when Bruno has the ball. And if you have threats like Rasmus, do you know something? He said it, but I'm deleting that from my notes. I don't even want to say it again. Fucking hell. If you have threats like Matthias and Brian in spaces, if you have the player with the quality of Bruno on the ball, I think he is really important. He can play in front also. He can play in front also. Now, somebody put a comment, mods, let me know who it was, that said about, would it look like maybe a false 9? I wonder if he's looking at that. I wonder if he's looking at that false 9 if we don't get a striker in. That was an interesting comment about Bruno. That was an interesting comment. So, you know my thoughts on Bruno Fernandez in central midfield. I feel like this guy is going to have... We're going to sign... If we sign anybody, it will be someone to play next to Bruno. Bruno cannot do this in midfield with his free roaming mentality. He can't. We get absolutely ripped apart. What else have we got? Sorry, guys. Let me get through some of these messages. So plan A was Delat, plan B was Gyökeres, plan C was Ekitike, plan D was Watkins. He has to get to plan D because it shows Ineos aren't backing him. I agree. I absolutely agree. We can't sign him and next season we start looking for a strike against. Okay. You can't sell these players. Lucas says, I know it's already been mentioned and it's obvious, but the problem is Amorim showed how much he didn't want these players and named problems with them. So now no one wants to pay the money for them. Wolfie said the same last night. Clubs know that we don't want these players at the club. Has that been an own goal there? Threats like Rasmus. Okay, let's stop talking about a number 9 now. Pointless. Exactly that. And Cunha and okay, so Giles says Cunha and Brian should be enough for us to finish 6th or 8th. Guys, as the squad stands now, with just Cunha and Brian, where do you see Manchester United finishing this season? Because I'll tell you where I think they will finish. Without a striker, if we have to go through another season with Rasmus up top, Onana in goal, and we don't buy a midfielder, Manchester United will struggle to get 9th. Okay, 9th is the highest they will finish. I hate saying that. Now, I want to tell you this, right? I want to tell you this. I've said this before, and if you're new, make sure you subscribe, but I love being proved wrong. If I say something and you put in the chat and you say, Dan, you're wrong, it's this, this, and this, I will always sit here and go, okay, fair enough. If this squad of Manchester United players push themselves and finish 7th, 6th, I will happily sit here, I will clip this, and I will laugh about it at the end of the season and say, Dan, why were you being so fucking moronic? But at the moment, I'm not confident with that. I'm not confident. Who'd have thought Rashford would be the first one to 5 to go? Great comment. I thought he'd be the one on the last. Thought Anthony would be the first based on his... Yeah, I thought Anthony would have been gone long ago. But Betis, Real Beg FC, just haven't got the money like us. The decision to keep Bruno was emotional and not a sporting decision. Ferdinand, I'm going to absolutely... I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on and I'm going to tip my cap to you, sir. I'm going to tip my cap to you because I didn't want Bruno to go, and it was absolutely 100% an emotional decision. Absolutely an emotional decision. I'm not happy with United signings. Sesko's not coming, bud. Anthony says, Rasmus is as much a threat as a paper cut is life-threatening. Depends where you get that paper cut. Right, so some of you guys, I asked you where you think United would finish if we just kept Brian and Cunha as the signings. It's Me Everest says 11th. Ben says 9th currently, I reckon. Steve says still 8th to 10th. Justice, I love your positivity. All I know is we are going to finish 4th. Mustafa says 7th to 10th, max with Cunha. Ferdinand says 10th. Niche Fan says 12th. Moxie says 7th or 8th. Other teams have been raided. It's why we will finish between 6 to 8. Jarl, it's a good point. It's a good point, but I just don't fancy this at the moment. Niche Fan says 4 points from the first 5 games. 10th to 8th at best, says Anthony. Oh, come on, Lucas, take him. Gabby is Villa's all-time record goal scorer. You're calling him shite? I don't think he is. I'm sure that Watkins took him over. I'm sure Watkins took him over. Villa Prem top scorer. Let's have a look. It's Ollie Watkins, mate. It's Ollie Watkins, Anthony. Gabby is not the record goal scorer. He's Let's do this. Let's have a look. I'm not getting angry at you. Don't worry. I just want you to understand why I don't like him. Gabby Agbonlahor. Let's look at his Premier League goals. He got 87 goals for the club. Oh, no, 74 in the Premier League in 391 games. He's shite. He's shite. He's absolutely shite. Apologies, Anthony. That's not me being arsy at you, mate. Claire. Andy says, Bruno is a false nine. Will be better than him in the midfield. Play a double pivot of Ugarte and Mainu or Casemiro. Okay. Andy says 8th. Tonknash says 6th. Okay. Love the optimism. Giles says, I don't think Erasmus will get much game time at all. I think Xerxes will knock him out of the team. Well, yeah, I know, but Xerxes got what? 10 goals last season in all competitions? What else have we got here? So when it comes to signing Premier League players, a new transfer approach, because it was right, they had to ask me about this because we haven't gone out there and got the unknowns apart from Diego Leon. He said, we need experience. We need experience. Matthias is young, but with experience, you watch every weekend. Matthias does things against players that you're going to face that can help you and choose the players. He's absolutely confident that Cunha is going to do well. I just want to check something because, Lucas, I think I've just got something. Apparently, Paqueta's been cleared of all charges, by the way. Paqueta's been cleared of all charges. That's massive news, by the way. Massive news. As a Bruno Fernandez fan, I was emotional. He should have left for the rebuild, but we have to support him. And we will. Look, Manchester United fans will support Bruno Fernandez. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think he is. I think it's Moxie. I've just Googled it. I swear it's Watkins, isn't it? Yeah, it's Watkins with 75 goals. He's outscored him by 1. He's outscored him by 1. Steve says, Dan, just to give you and the gang some positivity, we did take a lot of shots last season, just not on target, mainly by Garnacho. Promise we will score more goals this season. I agree. I do agree with that. And finally, he finished it on Kobe Mainu. Now, this was an interesting one because a lot of people in here are sort of saying, could Kobe Mainu go, be the sacrificial lamb to be sold for PSR? He said, Kobe Mainu's a big talent. His best position is to always be near the ball and on the ball. He needs to increase his rhythm and pace. He needs to improve because with 1 game per week, competition is huge. So players have to be prepared to either play 1 game or play all the games. Oh, sorry. What? Sorry. Yeah. Moxie. My apologies. You can tell it's one of them nights, mate. You can tell it's one of them nights. So yeah, guys, let's digest it. So I'm going to put a question, right? I'm going to put a question in the chat. Let me put a question in the chat. Do you still believe Amorim will succeed at United? Simple yes or no, guys. Simple yes or no. Do you think that Ruben Amorim can still succeed or will succeed at Manchester United? I'm worried for him. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm absolutely terrified for Ruben Amorim. I feel like we've got a young manager. We've brought this young manager from a club where he was doing incredible. We brought him into this absolute fucking mess. We've promised him the earth. At the end of last season, I can see Crooked Sir Jim going, don't worry, we're going to get you all the players that you want. You're talking to Sir Jim. You're talking to the man. You're talking to the big one. And I think he's found out pretty soon that he's not being backed as much as he would have liked. And I feel like he is absolutely sat there going, I'm just going to have to make the best of a bad situation. Because let me tell you something now, and big up Hulk Hogan passing away as well, by the way. That broke me. a terrible person for what he did later on in life. But as a kid watching him, that was my childhood. Let me tell you something. Chat, right? If we back him, if we were to bring the players in he wanted, then the blame would be on Amorim if it goes wrong. If it goes wrong now, Amorim, as much as rival fans banter us, Amorim will be blameless. He will. You can't go from having the worst season ever to then pleading poverty, saying we haven't got the money, when at the moment we're the third or fourth highest spenders in the Premier League. You can't blame him when you've got people that can't sell players. We absolutely, at this point in time, as a fan base, and I think we will as a fan base, by the way, will back him. The fans will get behind him. I feel like Ineos, as much as they've been left with a shower of shit themselves, they have got to sort this out, because if they don't, they will be hounded. They will be hounded out like the Glazers were. Sir Jim won't be coming to games anymore. Jason Wilcox won't have his pictures on the side of the pitch in America anymore. Absolute bullshit. Oh, absolute bullshit. Yeah, there we go. Amorim will only succeed if he is backed, says Andy. And yeah, you're right, Ben. You're right. Let's cheer Dan up and all like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, people. Need some positivity tonight. Yes, because Glinios considers 10th being a success, says Niche Fan. For me, it's a no. This is due to the incompetence of Berrada, Wilcox, who are inexperienced. This ain't a Ten Hag situation, even though Ten Hag won us 2 cups. Good comment, like that. Amorim will succeed because fans know he has been let down. He is doing the best he has with the tools at his disposal. Steve, that is a great comment. Lucas says, Amorim just needs to do what no manager has done since Sir Alex Ferguson, and that is not let the players get control. Simple. Yeah, I agree. No manager would be successful the way things are. Chappie, that is a great comment. Pep Guardiola couldn't walk into United now and turn us into world beaters. Jurgen Klopp couldn't come into Manchester United now and turn us into Premier League winners. Luis Enrique couldn't walk into Manchester United now and turn us into Champions League winners. Eddie Howe couldn't walk into this club now and turn us into Carabao Cup winners. Glasner couldn't walk in and turn us into FA Cup winners. Do you see where I'm going with this? The list is on. Oh, yikes. Yeah, rest in peace, Hulk. A massive part of our problem last season was delivery into the box, poor decisions around the box. Brian and Matthias will solve a lot of these problems, so maybe Josh or Rasmus will surprise us. I would love nothing more, Anthony. I'm telling you now, I would love nothing more if come 10 games into the Premier League season, I'm sat here going, Rasmus is on 6 goals. Cunha's got 6 assists. Brian's got 4 goals. Cunha's got 4 goals. We're scoring goals. Bruno's chipping in. I would love that to happen. Look, we can sit here and digest it. We can sit here and moan about it. And I apologise. I've moaned for a while. Tomorrow night at midnight, when we play West Ham, is when we're going to find out just if things have changed. You can sort of always look at the very first preseason game and go, well, that's their first game back. They've been away from it. It's them getting used to being on the pitch together. Tomorrow night against West Ham, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Yes, R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk. Honestly, Ozzy Osbourne, man, I don't know if I told you, I walked past him last Saturday at Comic-Con in Birmingham, and he got wheeled past me because he was doing an appearance there. That guy, man, oh, God, broke my heart. Mustafa says, the thing that frustrates me is that they backed Ten Hag more than Amorim. When we came 15th, he's been hung out to dry field for. But the problem is, this is the other side of it, though, Mustafa. They can't back him because of the amount of fucking money they give Ten Hag. Good evening, chat. Yes, good evening. I needed you before, mate, with this bad mood. Missed to start making pizza. I had a Domino's. Do you know something, chat? It got to like 2 minutes, so I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna have to eat this in a minute." So I'm getting rid of pizza for you, lovely people, guys. As well, make sure you subscribe. Mod, where are we at now? Where are we at on the Aud subscriber-mometer? Amorim needs time and money, which we don't have. I agree. We will improve, but we won't be great. Ferdinand, I love that comment. And yes, Everest, RIP. It was heartbreaking this week with that. No one could. We don't have the players. Ugh, what's that? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. Amorim is capable of succeeding. Welcome, Isaac, by the way. Good to see you, mate. It's the club's board that I have serious doubts over. I agree. Big up, Dan. Yes, and big up, Jason. Thank you, mate. You always pop in and drop in and show a bit of support, and I appreciate you, mate. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. With Brian, he can help us score. It will be interesting for the lineup if he goes strong. I want to see Ruben, testing 1, 2. I want to see Brian and Cunha in that same 10. I want to see them two playing in that 10 role against West Ham. Absolutely want to see that. I absolutely want to. I don't want to see us putting Collier in there and moving it about with Ahmad. I want to see these two boys playing there together. That is why we fucking subscribe. That's why we fucking signed them. Okay, that is why we subscribed them. Let's hope we can turn it on from tomorrow night. I agree. It's a dried and salted pork leg. I think that's pretty much it. Fair. Congratulations, Lucas. Congratulations. Lawless will be absolutely buzzing with that. So we're 29 from 800, guys. 29 subscribers from 800. Let's get those subs in, people. There's a few of you in. Let's see if we can push up to 780 before the end of the stream. That would be amazing. And yeah, I'd love it if Rasmus can turn it around. Honestly, feel sorry for the lad with the pressure of being our only number 9 at a young age. Do you know what I almost want? Let me keep this comment on a second. Do you know what I almost want Rasmus to do? I almost want Rasmus to turn into an absolute bastard. I want him to be a player this season. If he's going to stay, to be like, right, I'm going to cause absolute fucking war. You know, the arrogance and just go in there. I want to see him take more shots. I want to see him spend less time trying to spin people. I just want to see him hold the ball and do the simple things, release it, turn and go. Roy Keane was famed for saying his game was passing, running, control. That was the 3 things that made him the player he was. He's 22 years old. He has got time to improve. My honest opinion was sell him. We can't sell him, loan him out for a season, but it's just mad. Even stringing two victories together this season is a massive success. Don't forget, guys, there is that poor... I'm not talking his personality off the pitch. He's a great personality. I don't mean on the pitch, off the pitch. I mean on the pitch. I want him to be more aggressive, is what I'm saying. But I get what you're saying, Niche fan. I don't want him to turn around and start being a twat. I tell you who I worry for. I worry for that poor bloke who's been growing his hair until United win 5 games in a row. That guy, oh my God. That guy, it's going to be out here. It's going to be out here. My God. 44 viewers, no 26 likes. Yes, let's get those likes up, people. Let's get those likes up. Oh, yeah, Dan. Rasmus the Destroyer. Should be suing the FA tonight. We're in 2 years of his career and put him off moves to Man City. I wouldn't be surprised if someone goes back in for Paqueta, to be honest. The lad with the hair is unreal. Honestly, imagine in this heat having that hair. Bonkers. Let me do what I like to do to try and cheer myself up. Let's go on to Twitter, guys, and let's see if there's anything that is going to get us happy. Harry Potter. Harry Maguire's with the squad as well. Isak's been offered 600 grand a week. It's ridiculous. Where does it end? So there is news breaking again, right? This is... I don't know. I don't know where I am with this. I think this is fake news. United apparently entered formal negotiations to sign Martinez from Villa after they turned down the initial loan offer. I'm filing that under Bull. Guys, I don't think we're going in for Martinez at the moment when we need a striker. Why in the world would we go and spend 40 million on a goalkeeper? I love Martinez. You know my thoughts. I love Martinez. But why would you go and spend 40 million on a goalkeeper when we desperately need a striker? Answers on a postcard. 70% saying that Amorim will still succeed at United. I fucking love that. Yeah, fake news. I can see that. I think it is. Where do you think Amorim ranks amongst the other Premier League managers? You can do out of 20 if you want to. Give a long answer or just out of the big 6+. Oh, Christ. I mean, at the moment, Amorim, Well, he's where he finished last season. He's 15th, isn't he? He's got to be 15th. You as a team, if your team finishes 15th, it's for I think 15th. I think 15th at the moment. Potentially, he could be quality, but we need to back him. Steve says, did Garnacho actually like Rasmus when they played together? Garnacho was so ignorant looking at the Leeds game. Even Dallo doesn't seem to like passing to him. I said this in the game. I said that there is potentially, if you look at it from the outside, that maybe the Manchester United players just don't want to pass to him. Maybe they have lost faith in him. And if that's true, that's harsh, because you should be professional at all times. He is your teammate. You may not like the way he plays, but you will respect him. Any news? Gimme Sport coming back saying that Nicholas Jackson is keen to join Manchester United, even if we're not in Europe. No chance. No, thank you. Could argue we desperately need a keeper more. Do you know what, Ben? You've hooked me with that one. I'm going to stop that poll. I'm going to stop that poll because I feel like we need to answer this one. Start another one. I'm not starting a Q&A. I'm starting a bloody poll. What position is more important? Goalkeeper, striker. There we go. Ben, you've charmed me into that one. Yeah, it was a quick quiz, wahaha. What does it mean to succeed? Is it subjective if we aren't talking about winning a trophy? In what sense? What do you mean, niche fan? Are you talking about us this season, or are you talking about what someone said? Oh, for succeed. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Succeed isn't just about winning a trophy. Succeed is about showing growth, showing us as a club growing as a club, moving in the right direction, becoming a team that is stable, becoming a consistent team, a team that shows consistency on the field. That is succession for me. Martinez would be a perfect fit for now, but we need a striker and midway more. I agree. If we get a striker and having two decent number 10s, thinking like it will start playing a long kicking game, I fucking hope not. That's all we need. Whose quote? Your past, your present, your posts with your tits out. I don't know. I want to say David Brent for some reason, but that was Dolly Parton. Put me out of misery. Let me have a look at this whilst you're telling me. Straight away, it's tight. It's tight. Let's get those votes in, guys. There's over 40 of you in here, only 12 votes. What position is more important, goalkeeper or striker? Was it Michael Owen, was it? Fucking hell, Michael Owen, man. Michael Owen, just the gift that kept on giving in football, that man. Michael Owen was genuinely the gift that kept giving with his quotes. I'm just checking if there's anything else. Ruben Amorim, yeah, we know about that. I can't get past these quotes, guys. I don't know what it is. I'm just looking at they're popping up all over the fucking place. I can't get. Let's have a look. Let's try and make ourselves happy. Sancho. Let's see if there's anything on Sancho. Does Ruben? I love what Ruben Amorim stands for, but when he says about Sancho, Anthony, and Garnacho, if the club doesn't get a price, they will stay. I am ready to receive these players. Come on now. How can you receive a player that has openly mocked us on Instagram, Sancho? How can you receive a player like Garnacho who has openly took the piss by putting a Rashford number 9 Villa shirt on and doing his whole to Rash? Oh God. We need a midfielder more. We can't go into the season to be overrun by Sunderland on a Saturday lunchtime. Fuck it, honestly, don't say that. I voted striker, but thinking about it, with high-scoring wide forwards in Mbeumo and Cunha, probably a goalkeeper is more important, seeing as a current two have cost so much. Don't think they didn't want to pass Erasmus. Garner is just a selfish egomaniac, thinking he is better than when he is shooting or not looking. And Dallo was one to pass when the team were lower confidence. Okay, I take that. And yeah, he is a mean-worthy pundit. Got to be a striker. We can't rely on Brian for all goals. Do you know something? Right, Isaac, I'm bringing your comment back up. I think. Who asked the question about goalkeeper? You've brought me into something here. and you may have. There's two ways of looking at the signings. There's two ways of looking at the signings. Do we? And I think this is a really good comment by Isaac. We need a striker to put the balls in the back of the net. Now we've signed two wide forwards. We have signed two wide forwards. We've signed two players who can score goals. We've got 35 goals between them last season. Do we stick out with a Xerxes, with Erasmus? You've got Chida Obi, and go in there and spend the money on a goalkeeper that's going to keep the ball at the back of the net. Or do we go, no, fuck it. We'll stick with Anana for one more season. We need a goal scorer who can put the ball in the back of the net, because Bruno's not going to be getting as further forward you'd like to think with that centre midfield role. You're going to have Ahmad on the right, straight up the wing, cutting in as he likes to with his left. And you're going to have Cunha and Mbuemo with the assists. Let me tell you something now. If Cunha and Mbuemo can get Rasmus Højlund scoring double digits, they need to be fucking knighted. They need to be fucking knighted. They absolutely need to be knighted. It's an interesting point. Isaac, you've got me going with that one. The goalkeeper slot was one of our main problems in our second season. Having Turner and, I'm not even going to try, Vlachodimos in the season cost us 10 to 15 points. Once we replaced him with Sells, it made a difference. Sells was a decent keeper last season. Ordinarily, a goalkeeper gives the defence confidence to go up the field. A goal gives the whole team confidence. Steve. You sweet-talking son of a gun. That belongs in an Adele song. I could see Ed Sheeran rocking that lyric in a fucking song. A goalkeeper gives defence confidence to go upfield. A goal gives the whole team confidence. That is a hit. That is a fucking hit there, Steve. I love that. Good night, it's me, Everest. Have a nice evening, mate. And yes, make sure you're liking and subscribing before you leave, guys. Could we not play with a number 9 and play 5 in midfield? Could we not play with a number 9 and play with 5 in midfield and have it essentially as they're rotating, Andy? Is that what you're thinking? Keeper first, but Emmy is not embarrassing. But not Emmy. He's embarrassing. Wow, you don't like him, do you? I feel like Emi Martinez, for the goalkeepers available, would absolutely revolutionise what Manchester United are trying to do on and off the field. I think this guy absolutely fucking backs himself, and we need players that back themselves. We need players that go in there to do one thing: win. Go in there to win at all costs. How many times have we had? How many players? Right. Okay. Let me ask you all a question. How many players in the last 10 years have been win at all cost players? A player that would kick their own grandmother across the line if it meant getting a goal. How many? There's not many. Wayne Rooney definitely won. Wayne Rooney was absolutely one. Who else? Who else has got that? I mean, Vidic, you could say he was an angry fucker. There's not many players do or die that come in there and say, Tevez, as much as we don't like the bloke, Tevez, Ander Herrera, you could say Ander Herrera, I suppose. I suppose. Tease me. I fucking love that. We need a goalkeeper. Anana is shit, and Rasmus still has hope for him scoring with the help of Cunha and Mbuemo. Okay. People are saying Herrera. Yeah, Herrera, I suppose you'd say Herrera. Ibrahimovic was a do or die, do anything to fucking win, wouldn't he? The poll at the moment, 52% say striker, by the way. If you haven't voted yet, 52% say striker. Fucking hell. There's no news, is there? Right then, guys. Other thing as well, I want to ask you this. We have West Ham tomorrow night in a pre-season friendly. What scoreline are you going? Are Manchester United going to score a goal? That's the big question. I'm going to get the lovely Mr. Lawless on to run through that. But I think I'm going to go confident tomorrow. Do you know what? I need confidence. And United, it's the best opportunity tomorrow night for you to give me confidence. So I'm going to sit here and say we're going to beat West Ham 2-1. What do you think the score will be in that pre-season game tomorrow, guys? And what's this? I agree Xerxes is the perfect profile to work in a fluid front three like he did. Okay, that's fair. No, you can stay out of predictions, mate. To be fair, I think niche fans already fucking beat you to it. Kev says 2-2. Kev, are you going to watch it, mate? I'll try and keep the noise down if you are. A draw says Tonk Nash. 3-1. So, okay. Abdirahman, I think it is. Sorry if I've got your name wrong, mate. Andy says 3-1. Ben says lose 2-1. Good night. Yeah, good night, Ferdinand. Well, honestly, mate, thank you for dropping in. It's Bournemouth or Villa tomorrow. No, it's West Ham, mate. West Ham tomorrow. 4-0 West Ham. Bryanton misses 2 penalties and Dorgu sent off. Lucas, don't make me put you on a timeout. I can't be dealing with that, mate. Come on now. Yes, Kev, that's what I like to hear, mate. That's what I like to hear. As I said, I'm going to go 2-1 United. I am so excited to see what the team is going to look like tomorrow night. And Herrera was a massive mistake. It still fucks me off. Seeing the interview when he talked about leaving the club and him crying was enough to show what United meant to him. Was Herrera Ollie? Was it Ollie's fault or was it? Was it Ollie or was it? I think it was. It was Ollie. I'm pretty sure it was Ollie when he left. It's a double-edged sword. If we win, they'll say everything is rosy. Chappie, that's true. That's so true. Lucas says, honestly, I think you'll win 2-1 or 3-2. Well, there we go. We got a lot of comments there in respect to what we think the score will be tomorrow. I'm going to stick with a 2-1. I'm feeling quite confident about that. I say I'm feeling quite confident. I'm absolutely fucking terrified. But, guys, that is everything for tonight. We will be back tomorrow night for the watch-along. Try and do something beforehand. Other than that, enjoy your Friday night, folks. Keep smiling. Try not to let my misery tonight from that try and drag you down too much. As always, thank you so much for the support. OGs, mods, newbies, old ones, everybody, you are always welcome on this channel. I love and adore you all, and I will see you all tomorrow night for the watch along. Dan United, Brian Brigade, Cunha, everyone, just sign us a fucking player. Out. Uta. I'll try again. Oops, I pushed the wrong fucking button there.